right, we are here for the weekly what sold video. I had a really good week of sales. So I know if you watched my video last week, I told you that my eBay sales were good, but my Poshmark was slow. It's still kind of the same, although I have been making some pretty good sales on Poshmark that's helping to even it out. Like I'm making more high dollar sales, even though I'm not making as many quantities. So yeah, that's been good. So if you're new here, my name is Heather and I am a full-time reseller. I'm gonna let you know what I sold on the 4 platforms that I sell on: Mercari, Depop, eBay, and Poshmark. Hopefully this will help you in your reselling business so you can see what brands are selling right now for how much, and that maybe that'll help you when you're in the thrift store to decide if you should pick something up or not. If you hear something in the background, Ellie is scratching around in the rug. Aren't you, Ellie? So anyway, hopefully she won't be too loud. Okay, if you're not subscribed yet and you like reseller content or are more interested in learning how to make money reselling, please consider subscribing down below. Push the bell next to it. That way you will get notifications every time I put out a new video. I do videos Tuesdays, Fridays, and Sundays. Every once in a while, there will be a random other video put out. I did put one out last Saturday on a tool that I use for automation for my Poshmark closet. If you didn't watch it, I will link it up here. It is Prime Lister. You can use the link in the description below to save 30% off of your first month. It's been really great. I definitely don't recommend doing Poshmark on your own. You need to have something else do the work for you, because otherwise you're seriously wasting your time when you could be finding better inventory. So check that out if you're interested. Anything else? You can find my socials down below. Instagram and TikTok, I do post daily. So if you're on there and you want to follow me there, you can do that. On Instagram, sometimes I will do a little bit more behind the scenes or while I'm at the thrift store, but I do show almost everything I pick up in my haul videos. So let's get right into it. Depop, I feel like was okay. I had a few sales, so let me tell you about them. One was a pair of PacSun jeans. These were new with tags. I got them because they were a high-rise like flare, and they had purple flowers all over them, but it was a bad decision because PacSun does not sell good for me for the price that I'm looking for these days. I had them for quite a while and they sold for $20. Next up is a pair of Dansko clogs, and these were really cute. They were like a Mary Jane slip-on style suede brown clogs. They were in a size 40 and they sold for $30. I do tend to sell Dansko fairly well on Depop, so here's another pair. These ones were a size 7. These were the Sienna clogs. And these ones sold for $32. And then the last sale I had on Depop was a pair of Everlane jeans in a size 31. I'm hardly ever picking up Everlane jeans anymore, except for I did pick up a few new with tags pairs in good sizes, which was bigger sizes and good styles. But the used ones are just really oversaturated. These were in a size 31. They were a pair of high-rise skinny, and they did sell for $29.80, but they did take quite a while to sell. So a lot of stuff I've been listing lately is selling really quickly, which I am very happy about. I still need to like go through, maybe tonight. Tonight my daughter and I are doing our devotion together. We've been doing weekly devotions out of a book. Actually, I think I have it right here. It's been really good so far. So it's called Find Hope, a devotional journey to trust in God's unfailing love. And it's been pretty good, so I don't know. I just felt like I wanted to do something. We're not doing it daily. We're just meeting once a week. Well, not meeting. We live in the same house, but I go down to her room. And I don't know. I just feel like it's something that I want to do with her right now and to like encourage her faith. So anyway, where was I going with all this? Oh, after I do that, maybe I'll start going through my old inventory, because at this point, if I've had things for a really long time, I'm just going to send them to ThreadUp. Which, by the way, I have had my first box processed at ThreadUp, and they accepted 14 items, and 7 of them have sold, and 7 of them still haven't. So I can't give you that much of an update yet, but I am getting payouts of mostly $10 or less, but it's either old inventory or things I got for 99 cents. So if it proves to be like decent, I might try to source for it when I can get things for $1, but we'll see. Anyway, you guys probably don't need to hear me talk anymore about that. Basically, I would like to go through all of my bins, and Ryan's too. I still have not been doing that very good. Okay, Mercari, I sold a pair of Judy blue jeans in a size 30. These were a boyfriend fit, and they sold for $36 within a couple of days. Next up was an Ariat jacket. This was a women's size large pink jacket. Ariat sells best for me in boots and jeans for men's and women's. Other things sell okay, but not as much. So check the sell-through rate for your certain item. That sold for $30. Next up was a New With Tags packed dress. This was at a thrift world. I paid $10 for it. It sold very fast within a day for $44. It was organic cotton. So the organic cotton, linen, the outdoorsy type of dresses are starting to sell really good right now. Next up were a pair of Cole Haan sandals in a size 9 AA, which I think is pretty narrow. These said Cole Haan Country, so not something I really see very much. They were really cute. They sold for $43. And I sold these Eileen Fisher pants in a size 1X. These were a pair of gray pull-on, just like casual pants. They sold for $40. And then another pair of Judy Blue jeans in a size 31. Blue boyfriend fit sold for $36.45. So Judy Blue is still selling really fast for me. I think I got a pair of their jeans yesterday. I also got 2 pairs of shorts in a size medium, which I'm gonna try on because I need some new shorts for this summer. We will go into Poshmark next. Let me know down below how your sales are going. Hopefully they are going good. I've heard kind of mixed reviews on Instagram when I have posted about mine, so hope yours are doing good. First up on Poshmark is a pair of Judy Blue jeans. Again, these were in a size 14. These were a high-rise skinny, and they sold for $30. So if you're learning anything, it's to pick up Judy Blue jeans. Larger sizes do better for me, like maybe at 8 or 10 or larger, but if you can get them cheap enough and you do everything right with the titles and the keywords and the pictures, they should sell quickly. Next up was a Dress the Population dress, which was an amazing sale. I just picked this up this week at a thrift store. It wasn't a size extra large, it was new. How I knew it was new is it had like this tag that said remove, or you can't return it without this tag. It was like on the outside of the dress. I showed that in a haul that I filmed on Tuesday. If you didn't watch that, I'll link it up here because it was a really good one. So this was the Uma dress in a size extra large. I listed it for $150. Someone sent me an offer of $125 within hours. And of course I accepted that because I paid $10 for that dress. So that was great. Not all dresses by Dress the Population do good. They do have the style on the tag inside of it. So look it up and see which dress that you have. Next up was a pair of packed pants in a size medium. These were organic cotton, high-rise, wide-leg crop pants, and they sold for $20. I am noticing the couple of packed things that I've had have been moving, but they're not selling for very much, so I have been passing on it at the thrift store, and I just realized that they don't even retail for that much. So, I mean, the dress was, like, pretty good, but, like, the pants and shorts, like, I'm trying to sell things for more than $20 or $15. Next up was a New With Tags Howitzer shirt. This is kind of like a conservative type of brand. I think they sell it at the Buckle. And this was a size medium with a snake on the front. It sold for $22. Okay, I need to go put in my dinner. Okay, I'm filming this on Thursday, by the way, if you haven't figured that out. I don't know if I said that earlier, Thursday night. Anyway, okay, next was a New With Tags J. Jill dress in a size extra large. I'm surprised this sold because it was kind of more of a holiday style dress. In my opinion, it was velvet, and that sold for $30. Next up was a New With Tags Eileen Fisher top in a size extra large. This was silk. It sold for $100 within a day, maybe, which is nuts. I listed it for $125. So like, this is what I'm saying. Like on Poshmark, I wasn't making as many sales, but I made some good high dollar sales. So we hope that that continues. Next up was an Eileen Fisher shirt in a size large. This was an organic linen boxy oversized top. This sold for $25 or $28. Next up, I sold this Lululemon jacket in a size 10. This was a gray reversible puffer. I got this at a consignment store really recently. I thought about keeping it, but glad I didn't because it sold really fast for $50. I sold this New With Tags Bowden dress in a size 16. This was a green jersey tie dress. It was a midi length, and that sold for $47. Next up was a ModCloth dress, which I don't pick up a ton, but certain prints in plus size tend to do better. This was a 2X wrap dress with a floral skirt, and it sold for $27. Next up were a pair of Banana Republic pants. These were old. They were a pair of petite, medium, tan cargo joggers. I got these when the cargo trend was like kind of coming back, and I sold a pair of black and blue ones pretty quickly for around $25, but these ones just sat around for a while and they kept going through the markdown sale. So they eventually sold for $10. Next up were a pair of Miss Me jeans in a size 30. These were capris. They had the angel wing design on the pocket, and they sold for $32. I sold this Ming Wang sweater. This was in a size large, navy blue with pink trim, sold for $30. Next was a Vince top. I don't pick up Vince very often, but this was silk and it was in a size extra large. So that was 2 factors that made me decide to pick this up, and it sold for $32. Next up were another pair of Everlane jeans. These were in a size 31. These were a high-rise straight leg jeans, and they sold for $21. Next was a brand YPB, which stands for Your Personal Best. This is a athletic brand from Abercrombie & Fitch that seems to do okay. I've only had a couple pieces from them. The leggings haven't sold yet, but this was a jumpsuit in a size extra large, and it sold for $25. Next up were a pair of Athleta pants in a size 0. These were the Skyline 2 high-rise pants. So in Athleta and Lululemon, basically pants that aren't leggings tend to do better. For the most part, look up the style still. These ones sold for $25. Next, a pair of Dansko shoes in a size 38. These were the black leather Franny was the style. They were a slip-on type wedge, sold for $30. I sold this Affliction shirt in a size small. This had a lace-up detail on the back, very blingy, very Y2K, sold for $17. Next up was the brand Stio, S-T-I-O. This is an outdoor brand. I sold a sweatshirt for them really good, around $70. This was just an extra large navy blue top, and it only sold for $17, so not as good. I think I've also sold the pants for around $40, so it could be a good brand depending on what piece you have. Next up was an Athleta Momentum skirt. This was in a size extra small, and that sold for $25. Okay, that was a long break. I hope you don't mind, but the lighting's gonna be a little bit different because it's dark out now. I ended up eating dinner with Grace when she came home, and then we did our devotion, and then we did a puzzle together, and we watched Love in the Spectrum on Netflix. If you guys watched that, it's so cute. I love it. So anyway, a long break, but I wanted to come back and finish making this video. Okay, I think I'm actually almost done with my Poshmark sales, as pathetic as that is. And then my husband, he's out of town. He texted me and asked me if I'm watching the State of the Union address because he thinks it could be comical. So we have that on in the background. We'll see what happens with that. So, okay, let's go back. These are sales from March 1st and forward. And okay, Abercrombie & Fitch jeans. These were in a size 33. They were the super skinny. They did say Curve Love underneath the size tag, which is what you want to look for in the bigger Abercrombie jeans. They're not selling as for as much as they used to, but they're still selling pretty good in bigger sizes. These ones sold for $28. Next up was a Maggie Barnes jacket. This was new with tags in a size 4X. Sometimes I see like collaborations with Catherine's, like Maggie Barnes for Catherine's. But it was just like an orange printed jacket, and it sold for $36. Next up was the brand, I think you pronounce it Zero, but it's spelled X-E-R-O. These were men's shoes. They were like a barefoot shoe, so they're kind of more like wider, so that it's not like squeezing your toes in, like a hiking kind of shoe, I think. And they sold for $50, so definitely a bolo on that. I sold this new with tags Z Supply shirt, which I've had for a really long time. I just thought when I bought it, like, oh, it's cute, it's new, it's a size extra large, but I had it forever, and it finally sold for $12. So that is it on Poshmark. Let's move on to eBay. I've had 6 sales, not so far today. I probably had about 10 to 12 sales so far today, but since I was home until around lunch, every time I made a sale, I would just go ship it and put it out on my porch because my mail carrier usually comes around 11:30. So anyway, that's been nice. Here he is. Some lady just touched Biden's face. What the frick? Okay, I'm gonna finish this up and then we'll see how this goes. Okay, first on eBay, Joe's jeans. These were in a size 31. They were the Aussie cutoff style. I don't really pick up Joe's jeans very much, but because I was looking to add some shorts into my closet and they were a bigger size, I decided to grab them. They sold for $24. Next up was an Eileen Fisher size large navy blue silk open jacket / cardigan that sold for $30. I sold these Fit Flop sandals in a size 10. They sold for $17.50. I did go in my eBay store this morning and start some more markdown sales. So I did 30% off for anything I've had from 90 to 120 days. I did 40% off for anything I've had 121 to 160 days. And then I did 50% off for anything 161 days and up. So I did already make a couple of sales from that, I think. I know this is one of them, being $17.50. I've had these for quite a while, so I'm glad to move those out. Next up was an Eileen Fisher dress. This was in a size small. It was green striped organic cotton, and it sold for $20. This did come from a markdown sale. I listed it, I think, at the end of fall maybe, so it wasn't the best time to list it. So if I would have listed it new now, I maybe could have got more for it, but probably not a ton more since it's a size small. But anyway, glad for that. Next up was another pair of Abercrombie and Fitch jeans. These were a size 16, also black. I think this is when I found a whole bunch at the same time. These were the 90s relaxed high rise. They did say curve love. They sold for $35. Next up was a Johnny Was dress that I've actually had for almost a year. It was just a solid blue. It was embroidered a midi length, but it seems like it does better when it's like the multicolor embroidered, in my opinion. So this one still sold for $55, which is great. It just sat for quite a while. Next up, I sold a pair of Democracy jeans in a size 12. These were white Ab Technology high-rise straight jeans. I accepted an offer this morning of $22 because I was just excited to keep getting so many offers and making so many sales. Like when I woke up this morning, oh my gosh, my husband, do you want to hear my husband's comment about Biden? I bet he's on some kind of heavy drugs for tonight to pep him up, like cocaine or something. Oh, he does look oddly awake and not out of it. So anyway, okay, I'll stop talking about that. Because if you guys like him, then maybe this isn't funny to you, but it's funny to me. Okay, offers. I woke up to like 4 offers on eBay, I think, and 2 sales, and then I had nothing. Oh my gosh, my husband. Okay. And then I had nothing on Poshmark. I'm like, this is pathetic. No offers, no sales. So I'm really glad that I cross-list and that I have eBay like going so good for me right now. Okay, so $22 on those. I sold a pair of Madewell jeans. I got these because they were in a size 34 tall. They were a high-rise skinny. They sold for $36, but I had them for probably about 6 months. So I don't know if I would pick those up anymore. If I'm gonna sit on something for more than 3 months, I really would like it to sell for like more than that, maybe 50 to 75 or higher. Next up was a New With Tags Torrid shirt. This was in a size 1X. It was black with a floral skull print on it, and it sold for $30. I sold this Eileen Fisher tank top in a size extra large. This was a cream silk. I did use the word shell because some people will use that as just like, maybe they would wear underneath a sweater or something, and that sold for $32. Next were a pair of men's Cole Haan shoes in a size 10. These were black leather. They were called the Jefferson shoe. I did have these for a while, so I accepted an offer of $20 on those. Another pair of FitFlop sandals. These ones had better comps, this style. So on FitFlop, there's a number that you can look up for the style. They were like a gold sparkle wedge type sandal, and they sold for $40, which was my full asking price. I think they used a coupon. Let me check. Actually, no, it just sold via promoted listings, and it sold through the international shipping program, so that is great. Another sale that I woke up to, this was a Catherine shirt in a size 2X, a black flamingos with sequins on it. I just felt like it was very summery, and it sold for $25, full asking price. So yeah, my sales today, I've had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 that hasn't paid. 13 have paid, 1 hasn't, which is like a record. I don't know when's the last time I had 14 sales in one day on eBay. So that's great. Next up, North Face coat, men's size large. This was the Thermo Ball Puffer. This style does really, really good. So if you see it in men's or women's, pick it up. It sold for $90. Full asking price, yes. Next up was this New With Tags Duluth Trading Company dress in a size small. This was striped. It was called the Pure Genius dress, and it sold for $35. I sold a Catherine's kimono in a size 5X. This was a navy blue sheer, and it sold for $35. Next up was an Eileen Fisher 1X burgundy organic linen top. So I said it last week, the Eileen Fisher organic stuff, linen or cotton, is selling really good right now. So if you see it, I mean, this sold for $25, but it's selling really, really fast. Like these things are selling in days. So yeah. Next was an Acris Punto shirt. This was like an offshoot of Acris or Acris, however you say it. So it is cheaper. I don't seem to move it very quickly unless I price it lower. So I priced it at $35 and someone offered me $30. And so I accepted that. I sold it in like a day. Rock Revival jeans in a size 31. These were the Uriel skinny jeans, and they sold for $43 within a couple of days. Next up was a naked cashmere sweater. I've been finding a few of these recently, which is great because they sell for really good money. This one was in a size large, a navy blue V-neck sweater, sold for $65. Next up was an exclusively Misuk cardigan set. So if you watched my last haul, you saw that I picked up a lot of Misuk and Ming Wang, and a good amount of it has already sold. This one was in a size extra large. It was black with a purple trim, and it sold for $55. So great sale there. An IC by Connie K, women's extra large stretch tunic. I just picked this up recently at a Goodwill. It sold for $34. I sold these men's Lululemon size small ABC joggers. They sold for $65. Every once in a while I sell men's stuff. Usually I give stuff to my brother, but every once in a while I'm like, you know what? I'm just gonna sell this. And he's still thankful for everything I give him, but I don't know. I just wanted to sell those. Okay, it might have been in a time too where I was like not finding very much stuff, and I'm like, I'm gonna keep this. Okay, Catherine's tank top, women's 4X printed plus size, sold for $22. An Eileen Fisher tank top. This was organic cotton in a size large, sold for $21. Eileen Fisher shirt in a size large, Tencel cashmere silk blend. This was super lightweight. It sold really fast for $28. Eileen Fisher sweater. I've gotten so much Eileen Fisher lately. I think I have over 100 pieces listed. This was a size small, green merino wool cardigan. So wool is still selling, maybe some that's not really like a chunky knit that's maybe more light. That sold for $28. Next up was a Lululemon sports bra in a size 6. They don't sell for a ton, maybe some styles, but I picked it up a little while back, sold for 20 bucks, so I'm fine with that for a bra. Here's another packed item. These are a pair of shorts in a size extra large, organic cotton, again, sold for $20, so same price as the pants. This brand possibly could be a bolo, but I don't know because I've only sold it once. It's the brand Caroline Rose. I did find it with all of the Ming Wang and Misuk stuff, and so I thought I would look it up, and comps seemed pretty decent. This was a 1X black and white floral sheer like open jacket with a silk trim, and it sold really fast for $45. So if you guys have ever sold that, let me know your experiences down below in the comments. Next up was the brand Anatomy. I think it's Anatomy, and I just said it really stupid. Okay, it's not spelled like the normal anatomy. It's Anatomie. Anyway, I saw this before at my consignment store that I go to, and they had it marked up pretty good, but it never went down cheap enough where I wanted to try it out. But then I found one at a thrift store for pretty cheap. It wasn't a size extra large. It was like an athleisure style jacket, and it sold for $50. So I would be on the lookout for that. Another Ming Wang sweater. This was an extra large cardigan. This one was red with black trim, and it sold for $55, which is crazy. Converse shoes in a size women's 10. These were just the classic high tops. The high top ones do seem to do better rather than the low top ones, and they sold for $35. Next up was an insane sale. This was a vintage express sweater. So I just got this. I think I showed it in a haul. It was made with Angora rabbit hair, and I was like, oh, this is interesting. Let me just look it up. And comps were crazy. And I was like, I'm gonna list mine for $120, but I'll probably sit for a while. And you know, somebody will send me an offer, a lower offer, and I'll just accept it. No, it sold for $120. They used a coupon, but for Express, $120. I feel like there's stuff in every brand that can sell for a lot of money. You just have to like research it and like, or just know about it. So that was probably my craziest sale of the week. Next up was a Torrid coat in a size 2X. This was vintage, but it was a faux fur with leather. I did use the keyword or hashtag mobwife. It sold for $75, so that was amazing. Next up was a Mission Canyon shirt. This was a one size brown oversized boho top, sold for $25. I sold this new with tags J. Crew size medium gauze popover top for $32. I just listed that. Another Mission Canyon. Actually, I feel like the same buyer bought them all, but she like bought them separately. So if she wouldn't have paid for them right away, I could have offered combined shipping, but she did pay for them, so she paid separate shipping for each of them. So this one was a size, one size actually. It was a black oversized top, sold for $30. Next up was a pair of Mission Canyon pants in a size 1 not one, in a one size. I would say they fit more larger, but like not like plus size. Anyway, this one was a red wide leg, like gaucho style, sold for $25. And then these other ones were a pair of blue pants, same brand, sold for $40. So really great sales in there, all of the same buyer. So I'm really happy about that. Next were a pair of men's Ralph Lauren shoes in a size 9. These were an Oxford style and they sold for $36. I looked them up at the thrift store because they said made in Italy and comps looked pretty decent, so that's good. I sold a Bowden dress in a size 6 petite. This was a striped linen maxi dress, which is why I picked it up. Really good style and fabric. That sold for $36. Next up was an exclusively Masuk cardigan in a size 1X. I sold that one for $40. Saks Fifth Avenue sweater in a size large. This was a cashmere color block turtleneck and that sold for $25. Exclusively Masuk dress. This one was in a size 2X, again from that same haul. Black maxi dress sold for $60, so be on the lookout for Masuk in plus size. Eileen Fisher top in a size 1X. This was a black silk top, sold for $40. Next up was a cabbie jacket in a size medium. It was a military style jacket. This came from one of Ryan's bins. I haven't got in those forever. I need to. That one sold for 20 bucks. A pair of Democracy jeans in a size 18. These were a pair of camo high-rise skinny jeans and they sold for $28. Next up was a rag and bone blazer. This was kind of a risk because I couldn't really find exact style or comps on this, but it was wool. It gave me very like academia preppy vibes. And I just see that I used the word preppy twice. Ooh, that sold for $60, so yay. Next up, a pair of Viore pants. These did have the logo or like the Workout Place Orange Theory down the leg, so it was a little more specific. And they sold for $40. I think if they didn't have that, I could have sold them for more. Eileen Fisher size large organic cotton capris sold for $30. Here's a good pair of Ariat jeans that I sold. They were in a size 33 long, which I think like helped them to sell better. I did list them higher. I used Western Rodeo Cowgirl Festival boot cut, all in the title. Those sold for $45. Next up was an Eileen Fisher shirt in a size medium. This was a linen oversized top and it sold for $20. A Catherine's kimono in a size 3X. This was a mid-length open style kimono and it sold for $20. These cabbie jeans sold really fast. They were in a size 4. They were the high-low crop and they had like a very distinct color block going down the side. They sold for $30. Did I share that last week? Because that was on Friday, but maybe it sold after I did my video. Anyway, I think that's it. I think that's it for my sales. So please let me know in the comments what your best sale was this week. Mine, I think, was that Express sweater for $120 minus 20%, so maybe around $100. So really excited about that. I have a really good haul for you guys on Sunday. I've been finding so many good things. So make sure you guys come back for that, and I will see you guys on Sunday for my next video. Bye.